And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
And yes, here we are again, another day, committed to being your consumer advocate. Great to be back in studio. Thanks to the team for filling in, and thanks to you for hanging out and listening to us. And I had a little battle with the Chinese COVID virus and knocked it out with that Joe Rogan protocol. And it was just a quick little battle with it, about 24, 36 hours, knocked it out. Anyways, back in studio here, helping you win in any marketplace. That's always what we want to do here. We want to be that consumer advocate for you. As you know, send us your emails, brimes@kw.com. Just email your questions over. We've been getting a lot of emails and calls. Folks want to know different questions around real estate, credit, finance, all types of different areas, home service providers, legal questions. brimes@kw.com will be that resource for you here locally in Tampa Bay. Been on air almost 10 years now, a decade here in Tampa Bay. brimes@kw.com or 813-917-1894. And you can call or text that line. It's an off-air number, 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com is the website, of course. Hey, we've got a fun lineup for you today, too. We've got attorney Jason Kobal going to be in studio. He is a work comp law, personal injury lawyer, and kind of gets into some of those areas, basically taking care of employees, injured workers, folks that are injured. Jeanette Salden, Febre Frameworks. You've heard her on the show as well. She is a business manager with Fairway Frameworks. You've heard of them on the show as well. Great local area company, support the local economy for all your photography needs. And we're going to be kicking off with DIANE VANCE here just one moment. DIANEVANCE.com, our mortgage expert contributor, Fairway Independent Mortgage. She's got a cash guarantee program. This is really cool for everybody out there that's kind of missing deals, losing out on deals, looking to buy, but can't quite get that offer accepted. Plus $25,000 from the state. Check this out. Cool story coming up in just a couple of minutes. Before we jump into it, I want to plug one of our sponsors here, Replenish IV Solutions. Big shout out to Steve and Steve Gunnan, Lisa Gunnan. They helped me get over that quick little battle I had. But yeah, I had the nurse come over to the home. They hooked me up with a vitamin infusion drip. I told her, hook me up, give me all the good stuff. Let's get that oil change going. And the nurse put in there the extra zinc, the B vitamins, the C's, and that bag of Replenish IV Solutions was crucial to helping me get back into studio and back on with my life. So what else do you have in this world if you don't have your health? Replenish IV Solutions at least once a month. I'm either going to their locations in South Tampa, Carrollwood, other locations, or I'll just call them up and say, hey, for the extra small fee, come bring it to my house, make it easy for me. So that's great. We enjoy Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friend of the program, 7-8 years now. We have been friendly with them. So please support them if you can. All of our sponsors located at ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com. All right, as you know, my wife and I own a top 100 ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and we did $2.1 billion in sales last year out of our 3 offices, over 6,000 transactions. So we would love to be your resource right here in Tampa Bay for all things real estate related. 2803 Safe Harbor Drive in Tampa. This is another $1 million listing that we've got from the Platinum MVP team. $1 million beautiful property here in Tampa, beautiful Carrollwood area, 2803 Safe Harbor Drive, gated community, 52,053 square feet, 5 bedrooms, and you've got gorgeous estate-style home here. This is all of the ownership pride that you would expect in a $1 million listing. Spiral staircase to the second floor, large master suite, granite countertops, new appliances, pool, heated spa, and it's a large fenced-in corner. It's one of those beautiful neighborhoods as well where you've got these majestic oaks just lining the trees, the streets, and it's just a gorgeous property. You got to check this one out to see it. If you're in that $1 million price point, you got to look at this beautiful home. It's got an elevator as well. 2803 Safe Harbor Drive, Tampa. Next listing, 27641 Lincoln Place in Wesley Chapel. This is one of my favorite listings also. Beautiful estate-style home, 3.5-acre lot, pool, spa, beautiful property, and just the whole center of the home is just gorgeous with the natural lighting coming in. And you got over 3,000 square feet in this estate-style home as well. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3.24 acre lot. Saddlewood Estates, air conditioning, 3-car garage. I had my driver with me when I went on this listing appointment last week, and I'm jokingly saying my daughter, Braylon, was driving the car, and it's fun. It was great because we got to spend some quality time, and she was acting as my driver, so I'm in the passenger seat working on my laptop a little bit, getting some stuff done. But when we left this property listing, it was right at dusk, and there were probably 11 to 15 different deer in the roadways as we were leaving, just on the side of the road. Just a gorgeous country setting at 27641 Lincoln Place in Wesley Chapel. And you can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. Brian, can you hook me up on this board here? platinummvpteam.kw.com. There it is.
This is God's country.
Yeah. All right, Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage. Welcome back.
Hey, Brian. Brandon, I'm glad you're feeling good.
Thank you.
Glad you're feeling better. That's good. So let's talk about the Fairway Cash Guarantee. Basically what it is, as every buyer should be doing, is doing our Fairway Advantage pre-approval program, which is basically we clear all their conditions with a subject to house TBD, it's called, to be determined address. And so we have all the conditions, and when they go out to buy a house, Fairway does a addendum to the contract that basically says Fairway will guarantee to the seller that the sale of their property will close even if the buyer is unable to qualify for financing by the closing date. If the borrower does not qualify for financing by the closing date, Fairway will purchase the property in cash according to the appraised value or sales price, whichever is less, or so they'll appraise that. So if somebody loses their job, which can happen in these times, or they'll pay the seller $10,000 if they do not wish to sell the home to Fairway. So the seller, it puts the buyer in a better position to be competitive in the marketplace for a seller. And so it's a great program. It's for sales price up to $1 million. It is available for conventional loans, FHA, VA, USDA, but we don't have a lot of USDA here, but it is available, and it's available up to $1 million. Loan amount for of course, conventional loans, $647,200. So that is a program that is very popular. So, everybody out there, make sure you call, get approved ahead of time. We will take you through the entire process so that you are in a better buying, some better power for buying. So if you're out there looking, it helps tremendously. It puts people, and we have actually, it's funny, most of the sellers actually take the $10,000 because they can relist the house, but we will do it either way. So it depends on their situation. Sometimes they have to.
I was going to ask you that. Which do you see more, the purchase or the 10K? So people are saying, oh, let me grab the 10K. Maybe I could have listed it higher. Let's try to put it back up a little bit higher.
Yep, exactly. So, yep. So, I mean, a lot of things can happen to buyers as they go, and it's one of those things that, it's a guarantee to the seller. So, I don't know that we've actually purchased any homes. I haven't actually looked recently. It's a fairly new program. It's been around about a month or so. So we have a lot of the TBDs in there, or the Fairway Advantage pre-approval program that is basically fully underwritten by an underwriter, so there's no questions on the buyer. So if something happens to that buyer, let's say they go out and buy a car. We do because we always do a refresh on the credit for conventional loans, and we see a car payment on there and they no longer qualify, we will give that offer to that seller.
Wow. That's awesome. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, DianeVance.com. Now, Fairway, by the way, Diane, back us up. Tell us a little bit about the volume that you guys are doing, because I think last we talked, you were like a top 3 lender in the country.
Well, we're in purchases, purchase volume. So total volume, we're probably in the top 8. Top 10, top 8. We don't do a lot. We do refinances, but most of our volume is purchase money volume, especially in our branch. Sustainability in volume is purchases. Refinances kind of come and go. We still do refinances, but we mostly focus on
they've gone
purchases.
Way down, haven't they, refis?
Oh yeah. Well, we
25, 30%
Oh,
probably.
yeah. some branches are probably 60%. Some companies are like 70%. So
yeah,
Fairway in our branch is only like it's always right around 10 to 15%. We don't do a lot of refinance. The only reason we do refinances now is probably because of, needing cash out, maybe remodeling, maybe getting a divorce, a lot of those type of things. But we do those.
Yeah.
And the other program I want to talk about is Hometown Heroes through the state of Florida. Now, this is for Florida First Heroes, which is for government and conventional loans, and it's basically for firefighters, police officers, medical workers. There is income caps depending on your household income. And however, paramedics, there's so many educators, teachers. There's a whole list of folks that will, dental hygienists, occupational therapists. There's all sorts of people that will qualify for $25,000 from the state of Florida.
Cool.
Now, they set the interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
And there is you have to be a first-time home buyer, and but they do set the interest rate. So it's a pretty cool program. It just came out June 1st.
I like that. That's great.
Yeah,
Thanks for bringing that to our attention. How can people can they go to DIANEVANCE.com and if they want more information?
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. They can go there, and then what they can do is go ahead and. Matter of fact, that Tampa is having. We're a platinum stand. I think it's called platinum. We're the top sponsor over in Tampa on the 25th from 9 to 3. We're part of the Tampa home ownership. They're doing an education over there.
Nice.
So yeah, so
platinum sounds good. We like platinum.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get. I think it might be platinum. I think it is platinum. Matter of fact. Anyways, we did the top membership or the top sponsorship is what we did. So yeah, so lots of opportunities for people to purchase homes, help them out. Prices are higher. These are the people that really need the help a lot of times because, they serve our country and they serve our local communities. And, let's face it, prices have increased. So it's a way for them to be, to actually help out. So
$25,000 from the state of Florida, Florida First Heroes, Diane Vance. Go to DianeVance.com, Fairway Independent Mortgage. If you know of anybody that fits that bill, first-time home buyers, and then they're a hero of some sort, firefighter, EMS, police, medical, a lot of different areas it seems like it's open to. $25,000 from the state, Diane has brought to our attention. Also, the cash guarantee program from Fairway Independent Mortgage. So talk to them about that. Now, what about outside of that $25K from the state? Are there any other down payment assistance programs?
There are. Actually, we are also for those folks that aren't first-time home buyers, and they are teachers, nurses, similar people. We're actually giving $1,500 credit. Remember, I talked to you about that.
Yeah.
And we're partnering with real estate agents to be able to, and then they can, of course, maybe give some. If they want some credit. So for those folks that because some people won't fit into this because the guidelines are set at a certain amount.
Yeah, income levels.
Yep, and so we kind of have another program that is through Fairway. It's
Gotcha.
not through this one, and I will send you the training that your group can do. But it's we're trying to help as much as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you're already doing a lot of help when it comes to getting those pre-approvals. That cash guarantee program, that's interesting. And then you mentioned USDA earlier. We don't hear much about USDA anymore. Are we running out of land that qualifies?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah,
there is some land. It's but it's. Even in some of the areas that used to be, it's not there anymore. It's in the rural areas, and it's a zero down program. But we have to almost check the addresses anymore because it used to be that you could almost say, okay, north of 54. Well, that's not the case anymore. Now it's pretty much way out there. So it just depends. Maybe Dade City. Well, I think even maybe further out from the city itself.
Outskirts. Yep.
Yep. So it just depends on the area. And so what we do is we check those areas is what we do. We get addresses or streets even and kind of check the area to see if they qualify. But that's a zero down program. So there's a lot of different programs out there. So, it's a good time to buy still. So interest rates have kind of leveled off. They're not continuing to go up. They are, basically staying about the same. So we are, I think the increase has already happened. It's kind of like leveling off. People are getting used to it. Still an excellent interest rate.
Right. Yep, absolutely. All right, folks, reach out to Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, DianeVance.com. Longtime friend of the program. She's been supporting this show for 4, 5, 6 years, maybe. I kind of lose track as the years go, but great lender, local lender, support the local economy here. Diane Vance, Fairway Independent Mortgage, top 3 lender in the country for real estate purchases, and that's really where the hard work is making sure you're hitting those deadlines, making sure you're doing things proper. Cash guarantee program, $25,000 from the state of Florida for the Florida First Heroes. Diane, thanks so much. Great segment there. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Taking a quick break, coming back. Diane, we got Jeanette Salden in the house, Febre Frameworks. We're going to talk about real estate photography, drones, what she's seeing out there in the real estate market, and also our feel-good story of the day. We got some heroes here in Hillsborough County. Hero deputy saves lives. Seffner boy rescued from burning home will reunite with deputies who saved him. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Martine Gramatica, that is, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Super Bowl winner. Lifeguard Imaging, lifeguardimaging.com, saving lives through early detection.
Thanks for having me, Brandon. Yes, that's what we're doing at Lifeguard Imaging. You come in asymptomatic, and that's what we do. You're being proactive. You're coming in. We do a scan from the neck to the pelvis. It's a full body scan. It's a 3D image of every organ, and that's where 90% of the deadliest cancers are, in our mid region. So we can see everything. But for your listeners, we have a real good special. We have a $599 value, absolutely complimentary. They can come in for a coronary artery scan, which will give you their calcium score, 100% complimentary for your people.
Very cool. Hey, take them up on that offer, 813-917-1894. Call or text, complimentary scan, 813-917-1894, and check them out online, lifeguardimaging.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Have you desired more income and more freedom in your life? Now is your time. Keller Williams Realty has just launched our own real estate school, and you can get licensed for free. I'm Brandon Rhymes, host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And for the first 3 people who reach out, I will personally coach you. 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. ConsumerQB.com. ConsumerQB.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. We're going to the phone lines here. We got Jeanette Salden back on the program for Febre Frameworks. Hey, Jeanette.
Hey, how are you?
Doing wonderful, thank you. And how about yourself?
Good. Doing well. Hanging tight over here, trying to keep the fort down. So
nice, yeah, holding it down.
Crazy.
How have you guys had a sense of the market? Have you noticed a lot of people are talking about a potential little bit of a lull, a little bit of a little bit of shift maybe starting in the market? Have you noticed orders maybe slowing just a little bit, or what are you seeing on your end?
Yeah. So I mean, I think we're still pretty steady in regards to like listings. We're still do about, in the Tampa area, let's say we do about 30 homes a day. So it's still it's still pretty frequent. But I have been hearing that, the interest rates are like slowly creeping up.
Yep.
So maybe right now, everything's going a bit crazy just to kind of get like that last thing, to like try to sell the houses before the interest rates go skyrocket. So,
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So helping folks, Jeanette is the office manager over there at Febre Framework. So you work primarily with realtors on real estate deals, but you do all types of photography and video.
We do. Yeah. So we work with commercial agents as well, homeowners, and new builds. So we are right now just focusing strictly on real estate photography. We do favors for our clients that want like headshots and event photography, but we're no longer dabbling in the wedding and extra things. So
okay,
yeah,
cool. And one of the things I see with sellers too is the staging. I think the staging is such a big part. You can do virtual staging. Sometimes they have boxes in there, and they say, "Oh, well, I've got these boxes, and I don't have time to move them for 2 weeks," and that could cost them some days on market.
Right, yeah. And we can even if we take the photos with the boxes in the photos, we can get that edited out, and we can put some really nice furniture in place. And what's nice about virtual staging is it's quick. We don't have to coordinate, with a physical stager to come in with with all the furniture. You can just go in, take the photos, and we'll when we do the virtual staging, it's usually about a 24-hour process.
Right.
So it's just all very, bam, 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 exactly what you need for the market. So.
Yeah, awesome. We're talking with Jeanette Salden here, Febre Frameworks on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Talk about those drones. I mean, I love the concept of utilizing technology. Everybody loves the drones, right?
Everyone loves the drones. They're just fascinated. I know the photographers always tell me when they're outside, that's when people start coming out their door and they're just watching. So,
yeah.
Everyone loves them. I mean, they're very versatile. Not only are we showing off like the proximity to downtown or the beach or whatnot, but we can also use the drones to show the condition of the roof. If it's brand new, it's always nice to show that. Or if they have solar panels, it's always, that's always a plus as well. We even got hired recently to look at a bird's nest on a tree because the homeowner wanted to take the tree down. But he had to get it approved by the city. So we went out and shot video of the trees to make sure that there wasn't birds actively using it. So
wow.
Yeah, very versatile. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. In the photography side of the business is just such a major part. That first impression, people, they look at these pictures, and I'm amazed now too that you can get close to 100 pictures in the MLS, and I know that maybe drive you guys a little bit crazy, but it helps with the SEO, and I love just kind of giving everybody that every angle that they could want, and then hopefully selling more and more properties over the over the internet or over the phone, and doing that FaceTime type video and getting properties done, getting deals done. So
exactly, yeah. I mean, and with being able to post so much on the MLS, I think you're kind of catering to a lot more people, because everyone looks at things differently. They have a different mind. So being able to show those different angles and different ways that you can, show off this house, and I think it does help on the seller side, just to be able to show a bit more. And with that too, if you want to step away from photography and add a bit more value to selling, you can always add on like Matterport or video. Which I have noticed that video is becoming a bit more popular now. Everyone wants to, use these videos on IG or TikTok. So,
right.
So the videos is getting a bit more popular.
All right. How can they find you, Jeanette?
813-906-8300. Give us a call, text, email booking@FebreFrameworks.com or our website, FebreFrameworks.com.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Appreciate you calling in.
Thank you. Have a good one.
My pleasure. All right, coming up, attorney Jason Kobal in studio, Tampa Work Comp Law, right here on the program. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, Brandon. Jason is on the line. Yeah, he's on the phone. All right, let me put him through. Hold on. Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, what's up, Brandon? Sorry, I'm not feeling well, man, or else I'd be there in person. But what could I do for you? Are we doing 2 today?
Yeah, 2 segments. 2 segments. I thought I needed a spot for the second show, but
nope.
Someone had already kind of claimed that whenever I put that text out earlier yesterday.
Let me go to a spot. Can you hear me?
All right, just let me know when Johnny's ready down there.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I can hear you, Jason. Can you hear us okay?
I hear you fine. Thank you.
Okay, cool, man.
All right. Well, we're going to get started. Jason, stand by. We'll get started, okay?
Great.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, top 100 ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay. $2.1 billion in sales last year out of our 3 offices, over 6,000 transactions, helping you win in your real estate deals. If you're buying, selling, or investing, we would love to talk to you and help you navigate that professionally. And we'd like to feature our real estate listings live on air. We got a property at 141 Highland Avenue in Dunedin. This is a gorgeous property. You got the walkability of downtown Dunedin, close to the ballpark, close to downtown, all the great restaurants and bars. 141 Highland Avenue in Dunedin. Gorgeous property, 1,000 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. Owner motivated, and we just reduced the price significantly. 141 Highland Avenue in Dunedin. Beautiful real estate property listing here in Tampa Bay. Now, also have a property at Tree Haven Drive in Spring Hill, 6899 Tree Haven Drive, Spring Hill. This is another nice property, affordable, and you're close to beautiful parks and just a lot of fun stuff to have. The kitchen is completely remodeled, 1,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, stainless steel appliances, screened-in patio, large backyard, 6899 Tree Haven Drive, Spring Hill. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt. Find one you can't live without.
Yeah, and you got a lot of dirt available for sale from the Platinum MVP team. We got some land available throughout the county, all 5 counties here surrounding Tampa Bay. So if you want to buy dirt, we definitely have a lot of vacant land listings as well. All right, we're going to the phone lines here. We got attorney Jason Kobal, Kobal Law. Welcome back, sir.
Oh, Brandon, always a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. My pleasure. And work comp, you always kind of talk about, the work comp areas, that relationship between employers and employees, that injured worker, and, helping folks in those areas, especially if they're getting billed for medical issues, things that happen on the job.
Yes, sir. And I'm very excited. You've been kind enough to always ask about the status of the Florida Supreme Court case that I actually commenced the litigation on. And finally, they have made their decision, and they decided it our way. So they affirmed the DCA's decision reversing the trial court. So now it's official that injured workers can sue medical providers who bill them in civil court under the fair debt laws. And it actually is the highest precedent of any state in the country on that particular issue. There's lots of states where they have the workers' comp laws saying you cannot bill the injured workers. They have the fair debt laws saying you cannot knowingly assert a legal right that doesn't exist when you're collecting a debt. And any of those states could have been creating this case law, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So we're kind of pioneering it here in Florida, and I'm proud to say that the Supreme Court saw it our way. And if they didn't, I would be down about a third of my practice. So there was a lot on the line. I never had an experience like that before. There was a lot riding on that, but yeah. I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Well, that's really neat. Not many times do attorneys get to set precedent like that.
Exactly. I probably never would have imagined that it happened. It kind of fell into my lap. But, yeah, I can definitely say that we created case law, and it's the highest precedence in the land here in the United States. So I'm very proud, and I'm actually so grateful for the Supreme Court of Florida. I thought it was an easy decision. I thought their decision was written perfectly, and I'm just so happy to see them doing the right thing, because these days that's something that you can't take for granted, and we're seeing it all over our legal system, where, you're seeing judges do things that we've never seen before, FBI agents. Department of Justice is very, very strange time. So I was very happy to see the Florida Supreme Court step up and do the right thing.
Yeah, it really is strange times, Jason. We're talking with Jason Kobal here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. They've got that Soviet-style, January 6th committee, kangaroo committee. They just arrested Peter Navarro. He said in interviews he could have been, just call me on the phone, I'll answer whatever you want. No, they waited till he went to the airport, put him in handcuffs and leg shackles.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous and upsetting, and that's exactly what I mean. There's politics really rearing its ugly head into our legal system these days, and I'm in shock over it. But in that committee, I heard they hired a producer to help them put their performance on, and that's all it is. And that's probably why they put it on at prime time. That doesn't happen in normal legal proceedings, whether it's congressional or in court, and it's unfortunate. But hopefully we're going to get through this and get past this soon.
Well, it's funny to see, Jason, too, like with the whole Johnny Depp case, but then of course Epstein. No, we can't see that. We don't want to see. It's like which cases can have cameras in the courtroom, which ones can't.
Right, or even Pelosi's husband just got into an accident, I guess was under the influence or over the legal limit, and no one can access his mugshot. Or, it's like, it's definitely a two-tiered justice system these days, and it's got to stop, because Lady Justice has to be blind, and that's what makes our system the best in the world. So we really got to shape up here, and I hope we'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting. What other cases you got going on? Any success stories?
I have that big one against CNN, and CNN has filed a motion to dismiss, so that will be going to hearing. I don't think they have a chance, but I will be glad to see what happens there. And then after that, if we prevail there, then we get into the discovery, and that will be very interesting to see if, what work they put into actually trying to verify what they were reporting, because it turned out to not be true. So, how much effort did they really put into trying to find the truth or confirm that it's true what they were reporting? But we'll be finding that out in the next few months. But other than that, now with the Supreme Court case out, I have a bunch of lower-level courts, trial, and with the DCA on different issues with medical billing and workers' comp. And I've had a couple of decisions that were not consistent with the law, in my opinion, and they're on appeal. You could only hope that when you get higher up, like the Florida Supreme Court, they do the right thing. And like I said, they did with the Patty Davis decision. And you have to realize we're going up against, in those cases, the biggest hospitals in Florida, LabCorp, Quest, these companies are worth billions. So it's amazing how sometimes you'll see decisions in their favor or things go their way, and you have to wonder, is it the power, is it the money, and it really is
right.
bothersome. Yep.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's, people are seeing it and they're just fed up with it too. This two-tier legal system. You look at the Sussman case that just happened. How could that be? How could you have all this proof, but then you got all these people stacked on the DC from DC, stacked in the jurors box. I mean, it's unbelievable, man.
Well, on that one, I wasn't there at the trial. I know that it's difficult to prove criminal intent. I've gone to trial probably about 12 or 13 times where the other side had to prove criminal intent. It's very difficult to prove. There's no doubt that guy lied. He was there, the Hillary campaign. He billed them for his time, so that's undisputable. But as far as proving criminal intent, I heard his side put on evidence that showed our FBI knew about this happening before he even got involved, as far as feeding false information to try to make President Trump look bad, basically, and start that whole Trump-Russia narrative that was going on for years. But, so I don't know what the jury saw. And I hope it wasn't that they were, had made a bad decision. I hope that it was just that they weren't able to prove criminal intent, which is never, ever easy, no matter what.
Right.
Because, it's inside someone's mind.
Right. Yeah, we're talking with attorney Jason Kobal here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Kobal Law, TampaWorkCompLaw.com, on Facebook as well, Kobal Law. You can find him there posting, success stories and other client testimonials there as well. The thing that I caught in the news this morning as well on one of the podcasts that I listened to, it was talking about the FBI now is getting sued by the gymnast. A lot of the gymnasts that were caught up in that supposed sex allegations, misuse, the doctors claiming it was for like examinations. I mean, gosh, one of the worst case scenarios playing out there, Jason.
Yeah, and he finally got nailed, that coach, but it's sad how long that took, and it's amazing to think how much time was being spent on that Trump-Russia narrative, pushing it every day, leaking false information, all these resources being spent on that, and impeachments and whatnot. Well, maybe some of those resources could have been spent on those poor girls that were complaining and not being heard. And it's unfortunate. But definitely. I'm glad that guy got nailed in the end, though.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's take a quick break there. When we come back, we're going to do our feel-good story. I also want to ask Jason more about, things happening on a local level, what he's seeing in the family, or in the personal injury law, the Tampa work comp law as well. And this is our feel-good story of the day. Hero deputies right here out of Seffner. Seffner boy rescued from burning home will reunite with deputies who saved him. Find out about that and more with attorney Jason Kobal coming up right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody, it's the Captain, Matt Bruce, and you're listening to my buddy, Brandon Rhymes, a consumer quarterback. Sell, Brandon, sell.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Martine Gramatica, that is, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer Super Bowl winner, Lifeguard Imaging, lifeguardimaging.com, saving lives through early detection.
Thanks for having me, Brandon. Yes, that's what we're doing at Lifeguard Imaging. You come in asymptomatic, and that's what we do. You're being proactive. You're coming in. We do a scan from the neck to the pelvis. It's a full body scan. It's a 3D image of every organ, and that's where 90% of the deadliest cancers are, in our mid region. So we can see everything. But for your listeners, we have a real good special. We have a $599 value, absolutely complimentary. They can come in for a coronary artery scan, which will give you their calcium score, 100% complimentary for your people.
Very cool. Hey, take them up on that offer, 813-917-1894. Call or text, complimentary scan, 813-917-1894, and check them out online, lifeguardimaging.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. Consumer Quarterback Show powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We help our sellers profit more and have one of the highest list price to sell price ratios in all of Tampa Bay because we feature our real estate listings live on air on our syndicated show, heard and seen by thousands daily, syndicated on 80 different outlets worldwide. 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater. Commercial property right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And it's a great family that owns this. They're loyal listeners to the 860 station, and they reached out and said, Brandon, we wanted to list our property with you. We like your values. We like what you say on the air, and they're one of us, so really appreciate them. 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater. This is currently utilized as an attorney office with other rooms. You got 12 rooms, 2 bathrooms, 2-story office space, and look at the beautiful photography showing you how close the proximity is to the water in downtown. 2,600 square feet, 507 South Prospect Avenue in Clearwater. Commercial office building available for sale right here, right off of Gulf to Bay. You got newer roof, newer HVAC systems, 10 minutes from the beach. Beautiful property right here in Tampa Bay. 507 South Prospect Avenue. Commercial property, commercial building. Relocate your business, guys. A great opportunity right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right, we got a property at 1605 South Georgia Avenue in Tampa. This is a gorgeous property in Hyde Park / Palmacia. It's kind of on the line there of Hyde Park and Palmacia. Beautiful property at 1605 South Georgia Avenue in Tampa. $797,000, just reduced, owner's motivated, and it's a gorgeous home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Tell me something good.
All right, so here's the story about the Seffner boy. You got the hero deputies coming in. So it's been nearly 3 weeks since a fire ripped through a Seffner house, trapping a young boy inside, but it was 2 Hillsborough County deputies who broke through his bedroom window, guided him with their voices and flashlights in the middle of the night, and pulled him away from the flames. Now those public servants will be formally recognized and honored by the sheriff's office. 9-year-old Owen Aries will be reunited with 2 deputies who saved his life during Wednesday's ceremony. Sheriff Chad Cronister, who said he's going to present them with a agency's life award, Deputy Alexander Maldonado and Deputy Kevin Reach. So awesome, man. I love that story. Deputies putting it on the line. Another great example of, and Jason Kobal joins us on the show, Kobal Law, but Jason, another example of, hero cops, hero deputies going above and beyond and saving a life.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I have a lot of respect for the men and women that put their lives on the line to serve and protect us, and a vast, almost a very high percentage of them are heroes. And it's a shame what they went through recently as far as the defund the police and whatnot. But those are our heroes, and I always love hearing stories like that.
Yeah, so I've been watching some interviews with Andrew Giuliani on One America's Voice and different stations, Newsmax and such. But Andrew Giuliani, it'd be interesting to see if the New York folks in New York vote for law and order again.
Right. It seems like the pendulum is starting to swing. I know out in California, they just had a recall of a far-left prosecutor that was one of those people that were, not wanting to put criminals behind bars and not want to prosecute crimes. I mean, just crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy concepts that were mental concepts in the past that somehow got put into actual action, and the results have been disastrous. But yeah, hopefully
I was so happy
pendulum-
to see that too. Oh man, that made my day when I heard that.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great sign. Absolutely. People, common sense and, just the fact that they had to go through that. I mean, can you imagine having to garner the votes, go through the whole thought process of, we got to recall this person, and then getting over, I think it was 60-something% of the votes.
Right. That's pretty sad. And if that isn't a clear and loud message, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly. And it should have happened to Newsom, but, who knows how they handled their votes out there. But we're talking with attorney Jason Kobal here, Kobal Law. Jason, tell us what's going on locally. Like, what do people need to know? We always like to talk about those consumer tips and ideas.
Oh, yes. The field of personal injury, if you drive anywhere on the interstate, you'll see ad after ad, as far as various attorneys. That is the most competitive field, and there's reasons why. There's a lot of money that goes around in those cases. Not everyone. I mean, it depends on what the policy limits are, but there's a lot of attorneys that want those. There's a lot of doctors involved in that, and not all on the up and up. So you really got to if you get into an accident, you have to have an attorney that you trust, that is open, and you could totally see what that attorney is doing for you, what costs are being charged, what the medical bills are. I can tell you right now, there's commercials we see on TV where they'll have a toll-free number and they want you to call this hotline and they'll help you out. Well, a lot of people don't realize a lot of those are owned by medical doctors, and then they only send cases to attorneys that are, in cahoots with them, and then at the end of the case, the attorney makes money, the doctors make money, and the client doesn't. So you really have to be careful and don't just jump at what you see on an advertisement. You really got to use due diligence and make sure you trust your attorney and make sure that they're being open every step of the way, because it's really, especially pre-suit, it's not a very complicated system. If you get hit and it's the other person's fault, you're entitled to damages, and your attorney should be in control of the medical, sending you to doctors. But it's definitely something that you should be able to sit down with your attorney and make sure that they're being open and honest with you, and they have an open book showing you exactly what the costs are and the medical bills and whatnot, and what the policy is, to make sure that you get an optimal result. You don't want to just jump to the first attorney you see on an ad.
What are some of the questions that people would ask? What are some of the pre-qualifying questions?
Oh, definitely. First of all, ask about the medical bills. Actually, before that, the policy amount, because the first thing I do in any case, and there's a lot of attorneys that don't even tell their clients this, is find out what are the possible policies, because these days, unless you get hit by someone who's extremely rich, if they don't have coverage, no attorney is going after those cases. So what determines how much you could possibly get is the policy amount. So you definitely, if you have a PI case and you don't know what the policy amount is, that's not good. So that's one question you want to ask your attorney. Why? If it's a small policy and you are injured, you should be able to get that maximum policy in a letter or a phone call.
Right.
And then you maximize what you put in your pocket. What you don't want to have happen is have a small policy, treat for a year, and then at the end, the doctors get paid, the attorney gets paid, and you get nothing. And I've seen it many, many times. So you definitely want to know what the policy limit is. And if you have an attorney that isn't sharing that information with you, run.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. We're talking with attorney Jason Kobal here, Kobal Law. You can find him online, tampaworkcomplaw.com. And personal injury, work comp, injured workers. What else are you covering out there, Jay?
Well, I have my young associate, who's my nephew, who's on fire right now. He's won 2 work comp trials in a row. I'm very proud of him. But we've got another one up. And in that one, my client swears that she told her supervisor she hurt her back while she was in the course and scope of her employment. Her supervisor is saying, no, she never told me that. But he said, she said. So if you were out there and you get hurt at work, make sure you report it to your employer. You have 30 days under the law. You should report it immediately. And if you can get it documented in writing, go for it. Make sure you go ahead and do that, because right now I have a case. It's going to be tough. It's a he said, she said. There's nothing in writing. It's my client's word against her supervisor.
Well, Jay, does text messaging count as in writing nowadays?
Oh, yeah, man. I tell you, the phones have changed the game.
Right.
I mean, in terms of right after the accident, whether it's workers' comp or a personal injury, you could use your phone to get the greatest evidence that could probably make or break your case. We all have phones that have cameras. Take as many pictures as you can. Text messages are great evidence.
Yeah.
Also, social media. Be careful what your social media. In fact, if you have a case, if you have one of those cases, I would not use social media because they will use that against you any chance they can. And it's a quick, easy way to spy on you, basically. Do surveillance. It's like a shortcut to surveillance. Make them go out there and follow you around. And they're usually bad at that anyway, a mile away. But, yeah, be careful with social media. And, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The phones are just incredible as far as producing evidence.
Yeah, we're taught that in real estate, and especially every year our broker has us take a compliance class. It's pretty much an all-day class, but it goes through the common pitfalls, and especially when you get into repairs. The contractor said he would replace this, but he did it, and then it's the day of closing, and this didn't get done. Well, you always got, especially if you have a verbal conversation, follow it up with an email. Hey, per our phone conversation at 3:48 p.m. on Thursday, here's what we said, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just had a case where it was a company, and they were trying to say that they offered my client a job within her restrictions that her doctor gave her. My client said no, they didn't, not at all. They offered her something beyond her restrictions. It was another he said, she said, until I got their file, and I found needle in the haystack, 200 documents, one little email, and it was an email that confirmed they didn't know what the doctor's restrictions were, and they offered based on their assumption of what the restrictions would be for that type of injury.
Wow.
So that's what blew that case up. But yes, it's another example of a text or email winning a case.
All right, Jason, that's about our time for today. Find them online, tampaworkcomplaw.com. Keep up the good work out there.
Thank you, Brandon. Always a pleasure.
And congrats again on the Florida Supreme Court case, the precedent that you set. That's amazing, man.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
My pleasure. All right, hey, another great show. Diane Vance, Jeanette Salden, Jason Kobal. Another great show. Thanks to all of our listeners, our viewers out there. And please support the show, consumerqb.com, brimes@kw.com, and go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rhymes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for The Consumer Quarterback Show.